Live. Am I live? Yep, I am live. Officially alive. Good. Good. All right. So here I am hanging out in my very own room, my very own psychic room. I am in between break. It's early, but oh, by the way, I had to go live because I have kind of like a report. So report on my channel. It's a good report though. I have now uh, have experienced like very empirical evidence that this channel I might have something here. So I do want to work with my channel more now. Now I'm beginning to feel like I want to do more with it. Now that I'm seeing productivity, uh, okay, so basically what I did was I had an incident where all my hours were counted, and I'm like in awe with that. So I allowed all of my numbers basically to zero out so that I could see if maybe if it was a fluke or if it could be duplicated. And so twice over it duplicated itself. Well, the second round more it happened where um, I had hours, and also I had people interacting with me. And then when I ended the live, I guess people, I guess, kept watching, and all those hours accumulated. So yes, my public hours are actually advancing. That's what I'm saying. My public watch hours are advancing, and I'm excited about that. So I said, you know what? If I can, if I can continue this is something that motivates me. I love the idea of that people are watching. And I now here's another thing. I don't know exactly how to uh like navigate my schedule. So I'm still trying to piece that. That's still a mystery to me on like how I can navigate. And I didn't want my social medias to be like sporadic. Like sometimes, like today, I did really well. I went live on TikTok and I did really well on my TikTok. So like, and then like, oh wow, what did I do wrong today with YouTube? Or, or like, oh, slow moment on YouTube. I mean, slow moment on TikTok. Oh, now it's like, oh wow, things really picked up tremendously on YouTube. So I'm trying to get a feel for like how to make this an ebb and flow. So I'm still trying to, figure it out. And I know I will. I know I will have it together. And so far, the way that it's been going is that um, I think that I'm maybe trying to go live at some crazy times. So I'm wondering, I can see why like TikTok is like 24 hours. I mean, I can see why, but YouTube, I don't know if it works like the same. I'm like, am I coming on too early? Because I'm like, it's like sometimes okay, earlier I was thinking like, well, it's like 3 o'clock a.m. Some people come, but I'm like, are they just coming like arriving because it's like, why not? like shoot, let me see what you're talking about. So I'm like thinking in my brain, I got to figure out how do I get the right time, getting here in the right time, where everybody can kind of access this type of content in the right state of mind, where they're ready to engage, something like psychic work, spiritual work without it. Because, I'm gonna be honest with you, I am a consumer of YouTube content and TikTok too. And so I know for me, when like the shows that I watch, when they're on, now for me, I'm gonna be there. I'm like, I have got to watch my shows. You know, you know, like these shows are like the same as when I was into the whole cable. I couldn't think outside of cable, you know, or sitcoms. Like it's like watching, you know, shows. Even though it's just someone who is, it's not even a performance really. It's just, you know, someone who is just sitting behind the camera and just communicating with the audience, and they're not communicating directly to me, they're just talking, but I get a great deal of joy out of that. I get something of value, I guess, out of that. So I value it, you know, that time. So I'm trying to figure out a way, like an area or space and time where mine is, or my type of content is going to be easier to digest. I'm not sure if it's going to be in the morning, in the midday, in the evening. So I have a feeling my TikTok is just crazy. So, you know, it's just the nature of TikTok. It's like it's a, you know, like it demands you to be a younger version of yourself. You got to go in there with the mindset, I'm young today. You go in there and do your best. So it's kind of like that. I know both of them are two different platforms. So, and I enjoy both styles, I guess. So I've got to figure out like, so I'm feeling energetically what I'll have to do is try different time, hmm different times throughout the day to see which one is more appropriate for people, because I know someday I'll be able to come on here and it'll be whatever hour it is, people will come flooding in. I know that will happen, but for the time being, I need to, um, like, I think I need to find a space and time where it's easier, because I'm a, like, everybody is, you know, getting ready to go to college, you know, go back to the schools or universities or whatnot, have you school or whatever. And, you know, energetically, I know the world's opening up in differently as well. So, I mean, no problem, no problem. And for me too. So, yeah, I got to figure that out. I'm on it. Don't worry. So this today's journey is just, I'm just here to celebrate and to share the exciting news about how, um, like, it's like there was an exchange. Um, I think that some, like people who subscribe, I think that they wanted a particular type of content, and I'm okay with that. I'd rather have those, um, I guess, subscribers who get it. That I'm not just going to talk about scriptures and, you know, ancient scriptures and such. That I am a psychic, and I do psychic readings, but I'm not going to always also do psychic readings in lives. I'm going to do an array of different things. So I want to just like like crash course everyone from the very beginning. Like, oh yeah, I want to be that, like that channel. Like, oh he was always like doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and that, whole lot of, you know. So so it's not like a big shocker. Like all of a sudden, you know, you're doing this, and this is what you've really been great at. Now you're doing this, and I always want the option to talk about the things that I enjoy. So I want to introduce the things I enjoy from the very start, so that in the very beginning there's no you know, misinterpretation of what I want to do, what I enjoy doing. So if I enjoy, let's say, talking about the Bhagavad Gita, then that's what I'm going to enjoy and talk about. And everybody's already going to know. Yes, very well versed in that ancient knowledge, that ancient Bible, loves it. Or when I talk about the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament, oh yeah, sometimes it periodically talks about the Bible, enjoys it. Or definitely, I don't want to be like on demand. You better do these tarot card readings. You know that's your bread and butter. I don't want to be this is not a job for me. I don't even work here. Okay. So I don't want to be like, oh yeah, you better be doing tarot card readings because that's your bread and butter. There's no bread and butter here because I don't work here. This is not even a hobby. So I'm like very from the very beginning. It's like, no, I don't always do readings. And yes, I don't need to put away my tarot cards and say, "Oh yeah, there's no readings today, so yeah, you don't see them out, so yeah, I'm not no, 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 I don't have to do that. I'm at home. I work from home, and I do readings. I do readings, phone readings. I do plenty of readings. I'm good. So don't worry about me doing readings, please. And when I want to talk about the Bhagavad Gita, I will talk about the Bhagavad Gita. We'll talk about Krishna all month if I want to. I love it. Yes, and no repercussions if they like. Look, hey, I'm out of here. You're not doing reading the Bhagavad Gita. You're over here doing tarot reading and psychics. Okay, I was well. Why? I was why. From the very beginning. From the very beginning. Absolutely. From the genesis of this, I want people to know my goal, what I want to do. I want to get to a place where I'm sharing with, like, especially members, ways to obtain my written content, like my books, things like that, things that I want to share and teach through all the teachings what I've read in my experience doing readings, thousands and thousands of readings every single year of nearly all of my adult life. That's what I want to do. So, in order to do that, I have to move in a very specific direction, and I know when I'm moving in the right direction. I know when I can feel it. I know when I'm moving in the right direction. I'm moving in the right direction when people are saying, "Where are you going?" When they're asking that, that means I'm going in the right direction. When other people don't know where I'm going, that means I'm going the right way. Uh-huh. Yep. So that's what I'm doing. Now, I find that people get a lot of insight with me just talking with them in my sessions. That's what I've discovered. So I'm learning this. I'm learning that as I'm speaking with my people who are like visiting viewers, and especially they're in the TikTok section, they they get a lot out of just me, talking of my experiences and allowing just the wisdom of my knowledge just to flow. And they're very respectful, and so I really like that. And so I'm hoping to sort of shape the landscape of my YouTube where it's very spiritual centered, psychic readings. Yes, there's room to be self-centered, no problem, but there's also room to be enlightened. So I need to create a non-toxic space as I'm creating, because yes, I love what I do so far as you say, working the phone lines as a psychic consultant. But sometimes, because of the structures, and it's not my environment, I don't own the environment. I'm a part of the environment. Sometimes you know, uh, it can create a place for breeding ground for toxicity, like to being next to, there's sometimes a bit, I would say, um, like mistreated sometimes and during a psychic reading. And you have to sometimes you have to be open to that, or as they say, psychically mature enough to navigate through that what they call tough clients or tough customers. Like, how do you deal with tough customers? So, which today I've learned that my psychic health is more important, and I just, if they're just being outright, I mean, if they're tough and just because they're just tough people, that's okay. But if they're deliberately being tough, I don't see any purpose in it, and it's not. I don't. And the finance, it's not even worth it financially to arrive at such a place of anxiety or stress. So I'm like, look, we can disconnect. It's not even a matter of we can agree to disagree. No, it's like outright, like, it's just being toxic. It's like, okay, if you think that this is not real or you're not ready for this, then I'm okay. We can part ways. I'll eat these. I'll eat these, and that'll be fine. It's not worth it. I don't find the value in it. In other words, so yeah, yeah. I'll snack on these one at a time before I sit in that space. And at my age, no way, no way. So I want to create a space where I can enjoy, and it's also healing for me to read. It has to feel good, help me feel good about reading for you, and I will. It's not about like um, what's in it for me. No, I just I want it to feel, you know, good, as in, hey, I've been doing this for years, so I think minimal, I can be respected in my own space. So I just want to start out like that from the very beginning, from the very start, so that it's not me carrying over. I don't want to carry over energy. So like carrying over energy to into this new into my YouTube channel. I didn't want to do that. By the way, the current place where I work with, they have me in a very respectful space. So I'm not talking about them, but okay, they're the UK. I'm talking about US companies. US companies definitely had me in that space where it was not always like the under the best circumstances. And so I'm very thankful that I have the kind of support um, that I do have working with the companies in the UK. So it's only getting better. It's only going to get better for me from here, especially as now my channel is developing and evolving. It's now getting better for me. So I'm still trying to decipher some things, and um, I'm also in a place where I realize, what else you can do? You can talk about things that pertain to, like, I mean, I can. I discussed my vision dream I had concerning Kamala Harris, and and I don't mind if people are like, I mean, I'm gonna say things and make predictions. Some people may say things and make predictions, and they're elevated and celebrated, you know. Um, and then, like, sometimes people, like, I guess they like, you're making these predictions. These are your opinions. I'm like, how many times have I said? I said I can go and vote for Donald J. Trump right now if the polls are open. But my predictions are my predictions. I say them and they come to pass. And it doesn't. My predictions don't care how if I go and say, okay, yeah, I like Trump, I'm gonna go vote for him. No, I shared that because that was a real dream, and also the pattern in which, like for me, I get these insights. It happens to every presidential run. I always have a dream of the one that's going to come through as the next, well, candidate, but also the one that's going to be the nominee. I shared that. I did share that, and I stand by it. And I don't owe an apology for that. I mean, it comes with the ability to foresee the future. I mean, that's what I do. I'm a psychic. I make predictions. I'm a time psychic. In fact, I read the timelines. So there's that. And I think that's always going to be the case, okay? Always. So, yeah. Um, it's not like I'm saying something so contradictory that, something terrible happens, or it's going against, a systems. But, I guess it's supposed to shake the foundation. It's supposed to shake the um, the belief system. But you know, to be in a place where people are saying, you better just stick to reading your fortune telling, and people are asking questions that are would be against the normalities. Some of them against some social norms, some against religious norms, and right, and then to deny me the ability to talk about my psychic prophecies is a bit. I find it to be a bit hypocritical, if I may say. I find it hypocritical. So that means I really do, from the very beginning, must love the ability to foresee the future, and what I foresee into the future, that it come to pass. I have to. Absolutely have to. Otherwise, if I don't, I'm going to be quite miserable. People are going to be like, I know they're married, but they love me, well, things like that. You know, like, I know this person works here, but are they ever going to leave? you know, like, right? So it's those kinds of questions, but then it's like, don't you dare share in our right to enjoy the benefits of free speech and to love the leaders who you love and support them and pray for them and send them good energy. Hypocritical, is it? Yeah. So I really am going to have to enjoy a lot what I do. Let me see. Um, well, I don't. I don't think I'm running out of battery. I don't think probably not gonna run out of battery for a while. Okay. So, but I also, want to be prepared for the fickleness. I know that, like it can be very fickle, YouTube. And so I needed to really be certain. Like if I'm going to participate in doing YouTube for the watch hours, um, I have to make sure that in every every aspect, I need to understand like how it all works. Like how does it all come together? Does it always like stay consistent? It's not even about, I could never run out of energy because it's like I'm plugged in to I like it's like I'm a adapter and I'm plugged into the wall pretty much. So I can read, no problem. I'm always gonna be able to read and things like that. Not a problem. Reading is what I do. But I'm gonna need to understand for myself, like how do I enjoy what I do consistently? It would need. I'm looking more for the what I teach. I teach perpetual joy in what you do. So I just cannot refrain from that. I cannot deviate from the joy of, first of all, being a psychic and also having the abilities to understand and interpret my prophecies, psychic prophecies, that is, and also my readings, my findings in ancient sacred knowledge and symbols, and also like in my vision dreams and share them. So I can't allow people to I can't not allow people to other me, like what they call like they do to the celebrities. No, you play ball, or you read your tarot card, you read your tarot card, but you're not allowed to really participate in serious conversations that do affect that I actually have say in because it is my right. uh, we could say divine, but we can say legal right, legal rights. Uh, regardless, I'm making predictions or no. So, anyways, but I understand also that the right to um, disassociate from people based on how you feel and believe, and cause as so that your rights and your beliefs are not infringed upon. Now that I understand when it comes from that, but it's the spirit of the nature associating in the action when I know full on well, like this is hypocritical. I can sense it, I can hear it. So I'm just pointing it out. I'm like, look, that isn't gonna work on me. That's not gonna work on me, because I know it's like that is trying to put me into a class of some sort, and I am not going. I am above that now. I'm so far above that. There's no way I can be treated like that. I have the leverage. I don't have the leverage for comfort to be in comfort anymore. So if I want to talk about my dreams and my visions that I foresee for VP Kamala Harris, I can. Period. That's the end of that. I won't bring it up anymore. So, in other words, I'm not apologizing for sharing that video. I'm not apologizing for that. It just is what it is, and we'll just see how it all plays out. And being that it plays out and everything happens as per the vision, I know it must not be a popular vision, but let me ask you this: what prophecies have even come to pass? Because we're talking about from the you already know I can talk from the top to the bottom. I could talk about them all. Which ones have come to pass? The What about the end time prophecies? That's where they want Putin to be interested in nuclear arsenals, and he he has stated himself through his own words in an interview with uh, I don't know his name. I can look it up, but he was in an interview. It was the one that he had with Tucker Carlson, journalist, right? Famous. He said, I don't want that. I know that their poor hearts must have sank when he said that, because he's a chess piece for what they would like to experience, because it speaks to their prophecies, but he's not even interested in that. He says, and he says something so profound. He said, it harms the land, period. Like, I have no interest of harming the land. It harms the land. It's just, that's that's not what anybody wants. He doesn't even want that. And they're saying that that's what he wants, and he doesn't even want that. So I love the idea that um, he said that out loud, and he said it in a time that we all needed to hear it. Like everything that is speaking towards, or that is the antithesis for our beginnings of this new age, is being it's like it's being proven to be more for fulfilling the objectives of our new beginning, our raising of consciousness, our higher minds, things like that. That is proving itself. That people say, "Oh yeah, you're into that stuff. That's so quacky." But now, guess what? Now it's all coming to pass right in front of our eyes. People are raising their awareness. They are having more connection to like humanitarian concerns, and they most definitely don't want an end times result. Most nobody, not even the villain, wants an end time result, even if it's for the land. Not saying that they got to be all, lovey dovey, with people, but or enamored with people, but they definitely don't want to use that destructive power to harm land. So I love the fact that people who have been allowed to carry such a destructive message, that is, that was sort of traveling alongside, what the metaphysics practitioners would say, what psychics would say, spiritualists would say, almost an arm in arm, and it's good to see that, oh, now it's time to see which of these truths and teachings are actually relevant. Which one in the celestial algorithm is played out? Which one's played out? There's no doubt which one is played out. The one who's playing out right now are metaphysical practitioners, as the ones that this destructive dark prophecies and rumors and murmurs have, each of them have just always just like fell to the floor, and that's not what they're supposed to do. If they are true, like all prophecies stand on their own, they don't require a person to be destructive uh, to come to pass. Like my readings, just okay, I'm a psychic, not a prophet. I'm a psychic, but I like to read about all the prophets. I'm a psychic, and all of my readings, even as I'm talking about breakups, I'm talking about people walking away from employers. It never are readings to diminish or harm, like diminish what the other person has, what they've worked hard for, or it is not to harm or nor destroy that person. It doesn't bring challenges or additional effects into or unwanted effects into that person's life. It just specifically, my readings help to guide the person who actually is contacted me, um, who is the client to me. They're the client, and elevating their lives, bringing the benefits of life into their world. So that's the way that I read. I read for them that way. So I don't give like I wouldn't give like a end time prophecy over a person who doesn't want to work with my client. I don't do that. I wouldn't do that. There's no purpose. When all my words could be better used to express to my client how much more life is beneficial and valuable for them in the next journey that they're going to undergo, and what I see that will happen for them. I'm talking about all the wonderful things that are incoming, very specific to the detail that they have incoming for themselves, then rather than going over and over and spending, minutes that they're paying by the minute when they work with me. Who cares what's going to happen to them? Who cares? We what how are you going to spend the rest of your year? I'm more like how you I don't even want you to waste 1 month. I'll read for people and I'll like, look, I don't want you to wait till November for this prediction to happen. Let's try to focus on making this prediction happen like in 2 weeks, things like that. So I read like that. It's, being a practitioner is about, we're going to place put into practice um, the principles that we are utilizing as a tool for our lives. So that's what we're doing. That's what I am into. I do that. I want to assist with helping people to uncover that journey for themselves. So that's how I read. That's the way that I'm going to always read. That is my thoughts. That's where I sort of sort of channel my energy to people and working with them. I always try and figure out like like how how I should be or where I should be going with this information. That's how I always deal with it because where the direction in which the information for a client is going, it's only going to be relevant for the information that they're willing to hear. And though at the time, yes, they may be hearing retribution, retribution, revenge, 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 but at the same time, they may be like tapping into the vibration that that person wanted them to stay at mentally, spiritually, psychically, and not being able to work out of it keeps them in a just at a level that was designed for them by another human being. So I work on getting people to shift their consciousness forward so that they can progress and excel in a beautiful way. And yes, they sometimes they're like on their way up and they're stepping up onto their rightful passage that's even bigger and better and uh, greater than where they're coming from. They're like still asking sometimes, so are they going to get their just desserts now? um, but at the same time, realizing now, were they really worth all of the energy that you were intending to give to them? The answer is probably not, especially when they sign such a bigger deal or something like that, or travel in a very specific direction. Ordinarily, that was not for them. Then decided that life would bring them to the fullness of a life experience. That's what we want. We want them, the clients, to experience the fullness of what life has in store for them. And it isn't being mentally trapped, or sabotaged, mentally, psychically sabotaged by, someone who is, very hateful at the time. It's not about like, oh well, just you wait, people change. It's not even about that. So it's the detachment from all of it. It's the all of it. We detach from it all. Like we can detach. We don't have to stay plugged in, connected to any of that. Mm-mm, certainly don't. So, and definitely we'll continue on with the journey. That's what I will continue to do. That's the journey. That is a journey in itself. That's the spiritual journey right there. That's the psychic journey. So I'm going to continue to share in that space. Always, and when I need to talk about certain things, connecting with certain people, and it has to what they call it, like override or overwrite certain I want to say systems or belief systems, then yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that as the time progresses. No doubt. That is not a problem there. That's what we do. Hmm. So that is what we do. So, whoops. The other part to this is, let's see, my next part that I wanted to talk about. So I realized that no, I'm not sure. Well, actually, I am. I'm sure that the way that the I guess the blue line works. I don't want to claim that I know that all there is to know about the algorithm, but definitely 100% I know a lot. The fact that the blue lines they go all the way to the end. So like within the first 2 days, 48 hours. Then once that happens, it might take maybe it'll take another 24 hours, but like sometimes like within at least like maybe four so I would say 3 days. Four, well, last time it took like 4 days. Like all of the hours were like tallied up. So that's what I think, like that's so important to me. It's more like the time. It's like time over subscribers. Like which one would you prefer? I like the time better. The time means something because the entire system is really based on obviously the view has to count as the time spent. So I would say not even the view. I don't the view. I mean, it's more like view of what, but like the time spent, most important to me. Most important, because like if you have 4 people who watched your entire video, but you had 100 people who watched 10 seconds of your video, which one is better? Which one is better? So I would say the first one, where the 4 people sat there and watched all of your live or all of the video, versus 100 people who watched 10 seconds of it all. I mean, even if it all racked up and you're like, oh yeah, 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 you got all those seconds and it added up to time or hours, whatever, and it was longer. No, but you're still going to be thinking, wow, people only watch like 10 seconds of my video. As opposed to, wow, 4 people, wow, then they watched all of the video. Amazing. Look at the, like, there's if you really think about it, there's a mental thing there. So yeah, I think I like the time spent with the video or with me more over than even like the amount of people present, like subscribers. I think that I like out of all of them, what's more valuable is going to be like the amount of time that the video or the live stream is watched than like even how many times viewed. Although my views can get pretty crazy. They can get pretty crazy. I know, especially when I prepare them. Especially when if I prepare a video, I already know how to, get it to where it's doing the thousands, and then I'm not monetized, but they will monetize the video, by the way. So I know how to do that. That's not an issue. The issue that I was like looking at, I was like, wait a minute. I have videos that are like actually monetized. I mean, like with not like petty, like no, I mean everybody is an ad, blessings, but I mean like serious ads, like sponsored ads, of luxury, technology, vehicles, serious ads, medical ads, from things like that. So I'm thinking, well, my public watch hours need to count. That's what in my head I'm thinking. Where are my public watch hours for all of this? Because I'm like, I want the public watch hours. Okay, I get it. All right, they like the video. Okay, nice, nice. They put the ads on there, but I'm more interested in actually. Oh, let me log in. I remember, there's no excuse. You're never supposed to be late. No excuse. I do not like being late. Ever. No excuses. Okay. Good. Okay, now I'm on. So I don't know how I'm going to do this because usually when I have my when I if I'm on my software, I can just like exchange a video out. I mean, there's many ways to keep the live going without it. Or sometimes I would mute. That's a way. Like I just go into mute. But yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I probably will like, yeah, it's probably not gonna be fitting for me to like do my readings on this in this format because it looks good whenever I do it on my software. So I'm not right now. I said, first of all, I need to look at how all of this works first. Do that, and then and then do all the bells and whistles. I know, yeah. So I'm like working backwards. Like I know how to do all of the things to create a show, and but I wasn't understanding the logistics of the whole algorithmic, like the way that the blue lines come, the engagement, the interaction. I was a little lacking in. Yeah, I was a lot lacking in that area. So now I'm uncovering it a lot better. I right now it's in my psychic energies. I'm supposed to focus on like maybe like something to deal with time, like the different times that I can come in and present alive, but I'm not sure like when, how I want to accomplish this. So I'm not sure like what hours to choose from because right now I'm choosing all of these. I know in my heart of hearts I'm choosing like wild hours, like hours that even I'm busy. If I'm working, I know you're working. I know that people are contacting me. They're telling me that they're at work. They're in between because when like this isn't the summer anymore. Like people are like either in school or teaching school or they're they're in between like I'm on break and things like that. Even if I run their even if they run their own business, they're like, look, I gotta get back to this group, things like that. So they're like letting me know, like, it's back to like the routine of things. So I know I'm choosing these crazy hours, like, but at the same time, I'm learning. So I don't know if evenings are better for me. In my head, I'm like thinking, well, aren't you like going out? Aren't you like going out or just coming in? So yeah, I got to figure out that schedule bit. Oh boy, I don't know if it's where it's throughout the day or if it's after afternoon or it's into the evening. Oh my gosh, if it's to the evening, that's not going to be simple for me because I really like my evenings. And it's taken me a while to even actually go live, like leading up to today, because I was like, well, I need to practice getting in the flux of going live. So I said, well, I can do it during like the first hours of the day just to get me used again to get back into a process, and then at various times go live throughout the day and then see what works. So I'm trying my best to piece this together. Now, my brain wants to believe that no, it doesn't matter. Anytime you need to go live, there's going to be somebody, some groups of people will come in and be there. Hello, Mikey. Your name is Mikey Haji. Hi, welcome. How are you doing today? Hope you're well. Anything good your way? What's going on in your world? right now. I'm just enjoying. I'm kind of like enjoying the day. It's gosh, it's so bright outside. It looks so pretty. It filled the light filled flooded in, and I was like reading. Oh, not reading. Excuse me. I was just in live, just talking, and I talked up the sunrise. So I'm enjoying that. And right now everybody is in my clients are, everything, all their wishes are coming true right now. So they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're living life. They're enjoying their life. That's what they're supposed to do. Hello, Ek Kahani, welcome. Hope I pronounced everybody's name correctly. Well, hello and hi. I don't know which group you are in. So, I do a little bit of a lot, and I don't want to create like a channel for this and a channel for that. So I'm starting out very much like in the beginning where doing all these crazy things I like to do. Like I don't know if you're the Bhagavad Gita group, which I love. If you like script, or are you the Christian group who like do the scriptures? I don't know if you like the prophet. Are you here for the psychic prophecies? Some people are here for the psychic readings. Some people are here like to hear like psychic discussions. Okay, welcome. Welcome, welcome. A pleasure. Well, yes, it's good to speak with you. I am just enjoying the day. I'm enjoying the session. I'm in this sort of space. I said, I need to get used to like okay, I don't this is definitely not a job for me. Not It's not a job. But I don't consider it a hobby. So it's just that but now, on the other hand, I I guess I'm beginning to get. like some interaction, I guess, through the YouTube. Like they're beginning to count my watch hours. So I've been celebrating that today. So I said I'm going to come in and I'm going to tell everybody that there's a program, a process where the watch hours are counted. That means I'm getting some type of value out of going live. So I just came in to I just wanted to share that. That's basically like the center or the middle piece of everything. Okay, it's good. It's a good one. Yeah, that's everything that I came in to do. Yeah. But then you know what happens. You start talking, and then you like overspill. So I overspilled some, just a tad bit. It's like some people might say, "Oh yeah, we didn't even know that part," but I did do a little overspill earlier, um, especially around the part. So I said, like what do I intend to bring to going live? If you're going to enjoy it, you're going to do this often. What are you going to do with it? Well, mine is not strictly just to do the readings, but I love doing readings, no problem. But I also enjoy just like topics. So I love different or like array of topics, and I want to have a one YouTube channel where I can bring all of that to one channel. And but I can make it organized so people who just like readings, fine, have they know where to get the readings or what time to get the readings. Specifically people who are just interested in topics, because not everybody wants a reading. Some people just want to like interact and have like topics and maybe talk about certain areas, so we could talk about those things. So that's what I'm having fun with. Yeah. All right. You subscribe. Nice. Great. Phenomenal. Great. Thank you. Yeah. So I'm working on it. I'm working. I mean, I'm not. I mean, I'm very much still in the beginning stages, and I'm like trying to figure out how it all works. I need to figure have it all worked out before I even get to the my 3,000 hour mark, I guess, because that's when will be able to officially see how it works on the other side. Because I don't even know how any of that works, because what I intend to do is I need to create a personal space where the same services that are offered here, I can offer it here. And it strictly be YouTube. That's my goal. That's why you don't see a PayPal or anything on here or Cash App. I did away with it. I said, Spirit said, you know what? Let's do away with. Let's get rid of all these little buttons. Let's get rid of all the links and strictly do PayPal, because the features, you won't have to go outside of YouTube. You stay here on YouTube and just go right into YouTube further. So that's my goal. I want to create with YouTube strictly. And the way that I intend to do it, because it's going to be organized, I don't even need a couple of channels. I don't, at least I don't think so. I think the one channel will be sufficient for what I'm trying to do. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. Eventually I'm gonna get there. Yeah, I'm gonna get there. To be honest, ooh, I got a long way to go, but I'm gonna enjoy. I'm gonna enjoy every single step of the way. But you know what would be lovely? Like people in the like, sometimes people might say, "Hey, I got a question for you." As a psychic, then some people say, "Hey, I got a question for you. Since you know these ancient knowledge, like what about this?" So I want to that level of conversation. We're having many conversations going on. That's what I'm wanting to do. Good evening from the Philippines. Oh yeah, hey Philippines. Mm-hmm. Oh, I had so many friends that I grew up with from the Philippines. Oh yes. Should I commit to Calvin, or will there be somebody else? better, okay, than him later on when I go abroad. Ooh, New Zealand. I love New Zealand. I like New Zealand. I really do like New Zealand. I have to be honest. I really like. I would love to visit New Zealand. hmm New Zealand. I've never been to New Zealand, and I have no attachments to New Zealand, but I like New Zealand style. And I don't understand that now. I don't know the culture, but there's also a culture out there that I like. That's I guess they are. I don't. I'm assuming that they're indigenous. Although I like all of the concept, all of the people there residing there in New Zealand today. It's beautiful, and I know New Zealand from in America. I guess they have all the sword and swashbuckling shows and sorcery shows they do over there in the New Zealand, the jungles and things. All those where they go film at. It looks very like the fantasy, right, of when they do the little shows. So I know of New Zealand as being very beautiful, sort of exotic space place, I guess. The jungles. I'm thinking the mountains and the waters, the ocean, the ocean and the things like that. That's demons are wanting me to talk. You all, I'm so sorry.